The Master's Mysteries. Tales of Magical Mastery, Episode 65. In the previous episode, it was discussing that Black Fox and Nine-Headed Serpent were engaged in a fierce battle on the vast marshes of Changbai Mountain. Watch me. However, both individuals were evenly matched, and after fighting for most of the night, there was no clear winner. Xiao Dai couldn't help but worry that both of them would be seriously injured. Be more careful. On the sidelines, Liu Feng had been itching to join the battle for a while. Upon hearing Xiao Dai's words, he eagerly made his move. With a flick of a branch, he leaped into the air. "Young hero, please slow down. Wait for us, brothers." However, this guy was always impulsive. Xiao Dai was quite concerned. Just at that moment, the voice of the Liudong trio sounded from behind. "Young hero, you're rescuing us from a difficult situation. This is the time we repay our debt." The words of the Liudong trio were undoubtedly sincere at this moment. Not in vain did Big Fool and Second Fool expend their efforts to rescue. "But elder brother, that jump is too high. We need a running start to make it. How's it here?" "Not far enough." Actually, the skills of these three brothers weren't that great, but they had good intentions. At first, Xiao Dai wanted to stop them from charging headlong, thinking of holding them back. "What about here? I think it needs to be a bit farther. The path here isn't even. It should be a bit further back." "You're right." Later, she realized she was overthinking. "Hold on, you two." Setting aside the fleeing Liudong trio, let's talk about the surge of courage from Liu Feng as he entered the battlefield. If we talk about engaging these two great deities using physical strength, it's impossible. However, Liu Feng had indeed inherited the true teachings of Mao Mao. At this moment, he took out several yellow paper talismans from his bosom, formed a hand seal, and chanted a few words, directing them towards the two immortals. Black Fox and Nine-Headed Serpent were locked in fierce combat. Suddenly, a loud shout came from below. Upon turning around, they saw two paper talismans flying towards them. Eastern Duke's purple aura solidifies the East. Western Queen Mother's spirit pearl blesses extreme bliss. Looking down, it was none other than Liu Feng charging up. He was now controlling the remaining talismans, changing hand seals, and reciting incantations, in the process of activating a large formation. Eastern Court's Extreme Bliss Formation. After reciting a few incantations, a golden light suddenly flashed in front of him, revealing a formation disc about half a zhang in size. The formation disc rotated, revealing a 9-character octagram formation, and the energy was gradually expanding. Seeing that the grand formation was complete, Liu Feng roared loudly and charged. The formation disc spun and flew into the midair quickly, and the energy was terrifyingly increasing. To say that this formation disc was strange, the higher it ascended, the larger it became, and its rotation. We're saying it slowly, but in reality, all of this happened in an instant. After all, Liu Feng didn't have wings. Once the grand formation was activated, the recoil pushed him back to the ground. Looking up again, at this moment, the grand formation disc had already reached the middle of Black Fox and Nine-Headed Serpent, and it began to take effect. In my ears, I could only hear several loud bangs in midair, like thunderous explosions. The first 4 paper talismans that were thrown out suddenly surged, and in conjunction with the formation disc, they exploded, illuminating the midair as bright as day. The ones suffering the most were Black Fox and Nine-Headed Serpent. After fighting for most of the night, they were already exhausted, and during the battle, they had focused all their energy. No one expected Cheng Yojin to suddenly intervene. The unexpected grand formation brought great suffering to the two. Under the tremendous impact, they were busy retracting their true forms to prevent injuries, but their celestial forms fell from midair. "You crazy kid. Why set up such a big formation for no reason?" They had fought all night, and neither of them had suffered such a setback. Now they weren't willing to accept this. It's fortunate that I intervened and separated you. Otherwise, both of you would have been seriously injured. That wouldn't be good. You're welcome. Liu Feng thought he was doing a good deed, and the two of them thanked him gratefully. However, after just a couple of sentences, he felt that the atmosphere was a bit off. Afraid that we would get hurt. So you decided to hurt us first. Both of their faces were incredibly dark. Stop fighting. What's wrong with you? Bleeding. Xiao Dai was clever, afraid that Liu Feng's clumsy words would only make things worse. She hurried over to defuse the situation. They're not enemies. There's no need to prove superiority. You two are evenly matched opponents, encountering worthy talent. By now, everyone knew that the other party wasn't evil, so there was really no need to fight to the death. I can't be bothered with you lunatics. Don't come to this swamp again. Both of them took in Xiao Dai's words. Besides, after a satisfying battle, they both had a good time. Nine-headed serpent tossed a remark and turned to leave for its lair. Who cares about your lousy puddles? You're the only one who enjoys playing turtle. But at this moment, for some reason, Black Fox suddenly had a feeling of Liu Feng's presence. What did you say? Was what I said wrong? Indeed, as soon as he spoke, Nine-headed serpent's tone turned cold. In terms of true form, your nine-headed serpent is much stronger than my Black Fox, but why haven't you ever beaten me? Because in these hundreds of years, I've traveled the world, challenging countless experts. And what about you? You've been challenging yourself in this water puddle. Right. Black Fox's words made it clear that Nine-headed serpent took it to heart. He remained silent with a serious expression for a while. All right, enjoy your stay at home. I have to go challenge the Desert North Demon Dragon. Goodbye. Black Fox was definitely deliberate. With a single sentence, he hit Nine-headed serpent's sore spot. What? The Desert North Demon Dragon. It turned out that Black Fox had deduced from Big Fool and Second Fool's information that the Desert North Demon Dragon was the mortal enemy of Nine-headed Serpent's clan. Over these past few hundred years, Nine-headed Serpent had been relentlessly tormenting itself to refine its body, most likely for revenge. What? You want to go too? Well, if you do, you'll just be walking into death. Seeing Nine-headed Serpent getting excited, Black Fox remained nonchalant, but this was clearly provocation even a fool could understand. Tell me, where is it? However, some individuals are consumed entirely by hatred. Although he hadn't realized it, he still played along. I know a bit about the Desert North Demon Dragon. However, Black Fox was just casually speaking, as he had only heard of it, and knew next to nothing about the Desert North Demon Dragon. He intended to lure a little helper for comfort, but unexpectedly, Xiao Dai picked up where he left off. It's been provoked by someone now. Not only is it incredibly powerful, but the person who provoked it is even more formidable. Seeing that Nine-headed Serpent was captivated and looking at her intently, Xiao Dai then shared what she knew about the Desert North Demon Dragon. This story begins with a terrifying legend that circulates across the Desert North grasslands. The inhabitants of the grasslands are all nomadic peoples, living off grazing horses and sheep. But the legend tells of a demon dragon deep within the grasslands. Whenever it appears, the sky is usually clear, the sun scorching, yet a sense of danger permeates the air. Cattle, sheep, and horses can all sense it and become extremely agitated and anxious. Then, suddenly from the north, a massive black tornado rises and heads directly for the herders and their livestock. Within this colossal black tornado, a pair of blood-red eyes shine like lanterns. Once you see this tornado, it's too late to run. This tornado possesses immense power, as if it can tear through space itself. Everything on the ground will be swept into it, and the blood-red eyes in its core will devour the herders and their cattle and sheep that are swept in. This terrifying creature wreaked havoc on the grasslands for many years, consuming countless herders and livestock. People trembled at the mere mention of it. It wasn't until a little over a decade ago that things began to change. One time when the tornado reappeared, a godlike figure emerged. This person charged straight into the powerful black vortex. It's unclear what weapon he used, but he swung something akin to a massive rope in the sky. After a few rounds, he managed to tightly bind the tornado. The tornado's speed gradually slowed down, and its true form emerged. At this point, people saw that it was a pitch-black demon dragon, but it had been bound by the man. The man's abilities were truly extraordinary. No matter how much the demon dragon struggled, it couldn't break free. In the end, the man subdued it, making it his celestial mount. This man identified himself as Du, a celestial lord of the ancient shamanic tradition. Because of his godlike prowess, the herders on the grasslands began to worship him. After several years, Du established a powerful shamanic sect in the desert North grasslands.